Welcome, my friends, to AI Creatives Connect Live. It's always a pleasure to be with you folks. And here we are again in another interesting development in the world of AI. Let's jump straight into it. It's all about Warner. It's all about UDIO. I don't know if you folks have heard anything, but I want to let you know that Warner and UDIO settled. And I just call it the Warner UDIO dilemma, the AI music dilemma, whatever you want to call it. It's a dilemma anyway. But today we're going straight into the discussion about what is going on. Why don't you folks let me know how you're doing and what is happening in your world? What is new in the world of AI music for you? I don't know if you've been following this story. I don't know if you've been following the whole UMG, SUNO, Warner, Sony dilemma. Let's jump straight into it. For those of you that don't know that much about it, I'll break it down for you. So, for the past year, there's been a lot of deliberation about the world of AI music, and the lawsuit has involved the big three: Warner, Sony, UMG. And the lawsuit involves both UDIO and SUNO. Now, today, breaking news, just 9 hours ago, Warner Music Group has settled its copyright infringement lawsuit, as you can see here, with AI music company UDIO. How do you feel about that? Does it make you nervous? Chat into me. Let me know how it makes you feel. I'm curious, but personally, it's just business as usual. It has to happen. There has to be some sort of either pushback or some sort of agreement, right? So what this means is only Sony is the outstanding one of the big three that needs to settle with UDIO. But in 2026, as you can see here, UDIO and Warner will jointly launch a revolutionary new platform for song creation. Honestly, I don't want to be emotional about it, and I want to sound negative, right? Because I want to have a level head, and I want you folks to make up your mind. So I'm curious to know what this does in terms of your psyche, what it makes you think of, how you see the world, the rapidly evolving world of AI. To be quite honest, it makes me put myself in the shoes of the SUNO CEO. And if I was the SUNO CEO, let me just share these ideas, because I had all sorts of ideas before I jumped on, and I decided to put this together. So if I was a SUNO CEO, I would have a survival and domination plan. Number one, I would not settle like UDIO, right? I would not do a cop-out. That I would not bow down. I would not. And here's why. I wouldn't do it so early in the day and not as cheap, right? And definitely not under terms that limit product innovation. Definitely not settling and stifling creativity, because that's how I see it. Right? SUNO is growing exponentially. SUNO has pointed out several times that they are the leader of the pack. Okay? I know everyone's going to say, but these guys are almost as good. Yes, but when it comes to the intelligence, I can't put anyone next to SUNO. So why should SUNO settle? Let me talk about their leverage. The revenue is real. So 200 million annual revenue, right, proves that this is a working business model. Users are loyal. Venture capitalists are all in. An announcement was made today. 250 million at 2.45 billion valuation. The investors believe the culture embraces AI, right? Fair use doctrine is still being tested in the courts. Let's not rush. And when it comes to global adoption, international growth is skyrocketing daily. This is not the moment to bow. And I've already done a video on this, talking to SUNO. I don't know if they're listening, but I know that there's already been a lot of agreements in the pipeline before today. I know that they're much further ahead than they're letting on, but nonetheless, it's a last ditch effort to put our own voice in there. I would suggest creating a dual engine model. I would say engine A could be safe and compliant, licensed data sets, clean room recordings, just start from scratch all over again, right? Engine B could be a global model, worldwide permissible data, open data sets outside of the US, hosted in AI friendly countries. Many of the Asian countries are extremely AI friendly. It's only here and in other places in the West that there's so much pushback and angst. So when it comes to engine A, that could be for enterprise, for schools, for creators, for film studios. And in that way, it will be based on a license model, just like some of the other AI companies are doing right now, AI music companies are doing right now. Number three, I'd say, why not have a voluntary upload royalty program where you can let any musician upload stems, songs, entire catalogs that have been scrubbed, of course, for compliance, right? And those folks, maybe they get paid when Suno uses their material. It will solve the problem of building goodwill with artists, attracting more creators to the platform, and establishing a precedent for consensual AI licensing. We've already seen this in 11 Labs. Have you tried out 11 Labs? Very recent. 11 Labs is sounding like fire. They're getting better and they're using a licensed data set. You know what people are failing to realize is AI is getting exponentially smarter, and it's going to get to the point where all you need to do is train it, not even on audio related content, but you could train it on written music. It's getting there. It will get there. So all this controversy of stealing, all that nonsense is all going to go away. I just give it a few more months, and your mind will be blown when you see the models beginning to emerge. Number four, aggressively lobby for AI fair use training rights. By the way, you can read all the details on philc.net, phillc.net. I've put this presentation up there, right? Training is not theft. Training is transformation. I still can't get over the lack of common sense when people argue, you're stealing. What is the difference between an AI agent learning and a human? And they're always stumped. They cannot explain. Well, because you're making money from it. But humans learn and make money from what they learn. So this whole babble about training is theft. We need to keep fighting it. Google Photos learn from photos. Spell check learns from writing. YouTube Content ID learns from songs. So AI music training has to be treated the same. We also should think of a creator defense alliance. It could be Suno's nuclear weapon with a million users. They already have over 10 million subscribers, but I'm talking about users, right? UDIO didn't have the community, but Suno does, right? And the mindset should just be, we support AI creative rights, we support Suno, we oppose monopolies. It's monopolies. Look, in the chat, I put a link so that you can go listen to the CEO of Warner, listen to his position. He has a very interesting position on how to fight AI. The summary is, he says, you cannot fight the big companies with a David and Goliath mindset. You need to partner with a bigger dog. And I'm glad that I saw NVIDIA is on the bandwagon with Suno. So the idea, my friends, is you got to fight. Crowds beat corporations. I would suggest publishing a more transparent model card. I'm not saying don't show us all the tricks, but show the architecture details, safety steps. You know, speaking of safety steps, when you go into Suno, it still pushes back when you're giving it stuff it thinks is copyrighted. All of these, they all need to be captured in a more transparent list, right? I would suggest be transparent, and it helps people become more confident. Partner with indies. I know the indies are coming out frothing at the mouth, looking for their own pound of flesh. But if you are going to partner with anyone, it will probably be the indies and not the majors. The majors are greedy as hell. The majors are just showing, what they're in it for. They want to monopolize. They just want to monopolize, and it's very draining and it's tiring. But this is the new world that we live in the world of AI. So we got to play the game, and we got to just keep on bargaining. I talked about a BATNA the last time, a best alternative to a negotiated agreement. We got to have that mindset. The big three are not going to go away. So whatever you do with the big three, just make sure you're not selling your soul like UDIO. UDIO, I don't even know what they've done. They're just a thought. They're not even a thought now. I don't even think of UDIO anymore. I just hear the news and I'm like, well, let's see how your fancy little toy in 2026 plays out, because I know I ain't going in there. You kidding me? I don't have time for that. That's not what I'm going to be doing. Number 8, build real tools, not just generators. You see, I love what SUNO Studio represents, because SUNO Studio version 1.1, and I've been like tooting the horn for the past few days. I like the fact that we now have some form of multi-track editing, chord detection, if only they can focus a little bit more on more guided arrangements up in SUNO Studio, because I think SUNO Studio is an absolute killer. Karaoke stems, real-time improv, live input follow. I know SUNO can get there for sure, and I've been saying it for a while. For SUNO to be able to accompany the musician real time will just be invaluable. I'm not talking about generating a stem. I'm talking about real time. If they can focus on some of these things, I think it will be killer. Virtual drummers and bassists to accompany people jamming like me, like I've demonstrated here, but real time. Performance mode, live shows with AI assistants, remix mode. If they can focus on some of these things, SUNO can become the garage band of the world. Just think about it. Garage band amped up. That will be absolutely crazy. Number 9, international expansion. I know SUNO's probably doing this already, but establish research labs. It's cheap. Do some offshore work. Look into hosting in countries that are aggressively pro AI. Find your partners and don't bow down. Don't bow down like these other guys that I was just showing you on the screen. These other guys. UDIO. UDIO is probably the most infamous AI music company at the moment. I don't care how many deals they ink with the Warners and the Sonys and the UMGs of this world. The real musicians, they ain't gonna buy that. You think we're dumb? You think that's what we want to do? You think we want to spend our creative time playing with Bruno Mars's songs and 50 Cent songs? Yeah, they're great artists and they have their own career. But a lot of us creatives, we are not wired that way to just look into playing with people's songs. We want to create our own without restriction. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people get it wrong. They think we want to steal. We don't want to steal. We just want to get things at a fair rate. Think about it. $8, $12 a month and you get world-class backing. It's phenomenal. You see, a lot of these companies, and let's even talk about the music companies, they don't play fair either. Look at how expensive musical instruments are. You kidding me? Look at an arranger keyboard that sounds maybe 20% as convincing as SUNO. You know, that will fetch $7,000 in the marketplace for a Genos 2 or a Korg PA5X. People can't even afford a quarter of that. How are they going to produce their music? But when SUNO comes along and slashes prices and just democratizes music, and you know, the thing about SUNO is it understands. If I turn my keyboard on, for you naysayers, if I turn my keyboard on and I play a chord, I play the most complicated chord, SUNO understands what I'm doing. I've tried it. This is what excites me about SUNO. It understands the most ridiculous chords I could play. If I played, SUNO gets that. It understands it. If I played a jam on this and fed it to SUNO, as I've demonstrated, it understands what I'm doing. These are the things that excite me. So when these guys come along and say, well, we've inked another deal, we've penned another deal, I don't care. I don't care. I don't even want to go through all of this stuff that I've got on the site because it's almost sickening, and I don't care. I just want Suno to sort it out. Just sort it out. You got our support. I don't care however many UDIO announcements are made. I just want Suno to win. I don't care about the other people in the battle right now because let's be honest, the two that I use the most. Shout out to Toonie. I heard you. I'll be coming to you shortly. Shout out to Toonie and shout out to Suno. Those two, those are the ones that I use relentlessly. Those of you in membership, you're going to watch my 80 song binge. 80 songs. Think about that. 80. Now, I'm one of the most, I would say, prolific indie producers to create so many pieces of music in a short amount of time before AI. I have 40 singles, 5 albums, and I was thinking I was doing too much until I discovered the world of AI. Yesterday, I wrote 20 songs with 4 variations, making a total of 80 Christmas tracks. Tell me which other tool or studio in the world could give me musicians to do that for $12. Are you kidding? You know how hard that would be? And then I've got all these ideas. I can write all these arrangements. But how do I get the musicians? So the old way of doing it, I would send the music to my bassist in Ukraine, bless him, my bassist in Nigeria, my saxophonist in Italy, my guitarist out of Italy, my vocalist out of Argentina. But there's only so quick a turnaround. If you want to work on quality and volume, Suno is the way. Why is it the way? It understands chords, it understands melodies, it understands a major 7 with a flatted 5th and whatever else you want. Whatever crazy chordal arrangement you can imagine. Block chords moving around in parallel all over the place. It understands it. I've demonstrated it time and time again. Now, beyond that, beyond the complicated stuff, even the easier stuff, pop, rock, funk, the groove in the pocket, neo soul, what are you talking about? None of the other tools is half as sophisticated as Suno. And when I look at UDI, I'm like, okay, no wonder. You never got it, so no wonder. But Suno, no. I don't want Suno to bow out. So when I saw the news today, I'm like, yeah, tell me something else. So I have all the market dynamics, the key features of the so-called new platform that they're thinking of building, voice cloning, fair compensation, expanding. You see, they're only thinking about their artists, which is where our community is different. We're thinking of all artists. I'm thinking of all artists. I'm thinking of anyone who wants to create music. My latest invention is going to be this music studio, which is going to allow people to create. It's going to allow you to create music. And I'm working very furtively on this, very passionately on this. I'm trying to keep it shrouded until it's ready. And then you're going to be able to create your own beats. I know it sounds very beginner, but I'm working on this. I want people to be able to create music. I want people to be able to create their own stuff without having to bow down to the draconian monopolies. You understand what I'm saying? So let's continue to support Suno. I know Suno is, they're ready, like probably in the final moments of making some announcement, I'm thinking. But I just hope, that it doesn't compromise our interests. Like if you go to the Suno website, actually, let me go there. Suno, they made an announcement today. And I think I have that in the chat as well. Let me see if I put it in there for you guys. Let's see. Ah, I see some of our friends came through. Hey, Beatology, how you doing, man? Thanks for showing up. Live on Tropic says the issue with Suno is they don't have that much money in comparison. I know it seems like that, but today, let's take a look at the announcement that Mikey made today. It might offer some kind of relief for people like us. Let's take a look. It says music is humanity's oldest and most powerful form of expression. And then he goes on and on. It says over the last 2 years, nearly 100 million people have made music on Suno. I didn't even know it was that many. Many for the first time of their lives discovering a passion they never knew they had. And that isn't just a story about new creators, top producers, and songwriters have integrated Suno into their daily workflows. Absolutely. And new artists emerging on Suno are being recognized by the industry's most important charts. Suno has become a platform where imagination meets reality at every level of the creative journey. Today, Suno announces its 250 million Series C at a 2.45 billion post-money valuation, led by Menlo Ventures with participation from N Ventures, Nvidia's venture capital firm. You see, the big boys are coming in. They're ready to stand behind Suno. Harwood Media, Lightspeed, and Matrix. Those are very big companies. This funding enables us to accelerate what we're building, more sophisticated tools. You see, that's what I'm talking about. That's a company that wants to make a difference. Look at that. More delightful experiences for casual creators. New ways for people to share. Look, come on now. These people are talking to us. They're not talking about building some. Let me be polite. I'm searching for words because I have some words right there on the tip of my tongue I would like to use. They're not thinking of some walled garden system to further imprison us, right? Most importantly, we're building an ecosystem where everyone participates together: creators, listeners, and the broader music community. The Warners, the UMGs, the Sonys, they're thinking about their artists. You think they're thinking about you? They're thinking about what they're going to get from you, not what they're going to give to you. The people making music on Suno are showing us what's possible, not institutional forecasts or industry narratives, but the lived reality of millions of creators and producers pushing boundaries, songwriters finding breakthroughs, new artists building careers. We're creating a world where music is more central to daily life, just like medicine, just like taking your medication. Come on now. You know how many people have told me, Phil, this helps me psychologically. This helps my mental well-being. So how dare anyone say, well, you're just a thief and a brigand without skills, and you deserve to be thrown in jail. You are talentless so-and-so. Talentless sod, we would say in the UK. No. How dare you say that? These are people who have found themselves liberated through what Suno has made available, through what many other platforms have made available. I know Suno is not the only one with this philosophy, but I want to make it very clear that we're not just talking about feel-good music just to dance and have a party. No, we're talking about music that can liberate people's souls, people's minds, even unleash endorphins that will take them through the day. It's no longer just, oh, well, we just want to create music to have a dance and a party. No. Where abundance creates opportunity and the ecosystem grows to reflect music's true importance. The future of music isn't on the horizon anymore. It's already here in bedrooms. That's what I'm saying. When they're cursing you, saying you're just a useless bedroom musician. Okay. Let it be. At least it's liberating me mentally, right? And not just that, in the studios, there have been so many big names in music that have come forward very recently. First of all, when Timbaland came out, they badmouthed him. Now we have people like Dallas Austin, well respected for his work on Boys to Men and many others. We have Jordan Rudess, wizard on the keyboard, an absolute beast. If you tell me anyone like him has no skill, I'll say you need a head check. We have Mohini Day, an absolute savage on the bass. We have people like Grimes saying it's all good. I was listening to 50 Cent the other day, and 50 Cent said, we got to stop pushing against this thing. It's here to stay. Just embrace it. And someone was asking him, oh, that track where someone used your voice and then you actually posted it on Instagram or wherever he did. You know, he's a big troll. He said, yeah, so what? We gotta embrace technology. And you see, this is the problem. A lot of people seeing technology as a threat. Even Snoop, he was laughing at one of the AI songs someone did with one of his tracks. And he posted it. And why would he do that? Because he's seen the lighter side of it. You know, that's the humanity shining through. I don't know if you've seen his reaction. It's so comedic. His reaction to that song that someone did. But I want to stand with SUNO. All right. I want to stand with a company that has my back, that is looking out for me, and is not just thinking about the bag. It's not just a greedy, good for nothing. You know, for their artists, they see them as being good, but for me, I mean, what are you doing for me? What are you doing for me as a creative? What are you doing for me? All you're thinking about is making me pay to use your artist songs to create rip-offs of this. Well, not rip-offs in this case, but offshoots of their songs so that they can get paid. No. It's about time people began realizing that the world of artificial intelligence music is here to stay. You can fight, you can bang your head on a brick wall, but long after you're gone, it's still going to be here, and the battle is going to continue. You can do whatever you like, it ain't going to change it. And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. I just don't care at this point. And I'm just looking for SUNO to win. I know it's going to be very hard. You know, if you understand music and you really look into SUNO, you will understand why people like me are crazy about it. Not so crazy, but never was crazy about UDIO. You know, and there are others that I love, but SUNO is different. It's a different beast. It's a crazy beast. It's mind-boggling how smart it is, how artificially intelligent it is. So, my friends, that's it. If you want to get all of this stuff, go on down to the description of this live. You'll find all the links there. I have Warner's CEO, Robert. You might want to watch that interview. And listen carefully. Listen in between the lines to what Robert is saying. He's a smart guy. Trained there in your backyard, Beatology. Trained there at one of the colleges at Pepperdine there in your backyard. He's a smart guy. I don't begrudge him. I don't begrudge anyone in this battle, but we all got to look out for ourselves. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking out for myself. You look out for yourself as well. I need to be creative. You know, someone asked a very important question. Well, what are we going to do when these tools go away? It's a very good question. I hope the tools don't go away, because the tools, as Mikey Schulman, the CEO, was saying, is become part of us. Can you imagine? How would your mental health cope with that? That would be quite a jarring shock for them to take SUNO away. For it to be legislated, no, SUNO must not exist. You see why I go crazy on this stuff? And then let me share with you Warner CEO's perspective. He's a smart guy. I don't begrudge him, right? He's smart. I like his dialogue, but I'm just saying everyone's looking out for their artists and their people. And we need to look out for ourselves. That's all I'm saying. All right, my friends. Faizo, thank you for coming through. Thank you, Beatology. I'm about jumping off. Awakening Soul, good to see you. Yes, the big dogs have come on. Live in Tropics, did you see that producer Gabri Ponte. Oh, I did not know that. Oh, I got to see that. Okay. Really? Snoop's last music video was AI? I got to look into that. Oh, the producer of the iconic iPhone 65 track Blue. I got to look into that. Historia says labels are getting less relevant. Yep. If I said amen to that, people say I'm a hater. I don't hate the labels. I just don't want them to keep trying to police us, trying to shut us down, trying to make us compliant, trying to make us part of their food chain. I just don't want them to make us part of their food chain. That's all. All right. Levin Tropic said these tools have opened up creativity for hunt. Yep. So some who didn't even know. Absolutely. All they want is the bag. Yeah, my brother Beatology can speak to that. He's played the game with those guys. He's played the game. Well, let me know what you think. Keep dropping your comments. Keep dropping your rationalizations. I'm really looking forward to getting to the point where we can get to 5,000. I mean, we're just about 100 plus away. But when we get to 5,000, I'm going to be dropping this, right? I know for those who are like my brother Gordon Beatology, I mean, so far advanced in the world of music, this little tool, it might amuse his nieces and nephews, but still, there's value in it, in seeing young creatives just have fun, right, with a free tool. You get what I'm saying? This is a free tool. And the idea is just to discover more creativity about yourself, all right? So if you haven't subscribed, please do. When we get to 5,000, this tool is going to be unleashed. Every tool that amounted to something great had a beginning, and it's a humble beginning. The other part of this tool that excites me is I'm going to release the glider. Some of you who are in membership already had this, but I'm now releasing the glider. I'm releasing this to the world. Right? And then this piano had already been released. And if you're on a touch screen, you can actually play chords on this thing. So when we get to 5,000, this contraption, which I call my beat machine, my studio, I'm going to release it. People are going to have a blast. It's going to make more people curious about music. And it's going to make people ask, wait a minute, where are those chords coming from? You know, the chordal theory? The chordal theory. Like, the really cool thing about this, it took me quite a while to imagine it. But you can clear all the orange things on the screen. And if you just wanted the piano, just the piano, see that? Okay, my friends, that's where we're going. Hopefully we can make this more sophisticated, and working together we can keep democratizing music. Thank you for coming through today. Appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Drop me some comments, and the journey continues. All right, my friends, I gotta run. A little bit of a shorter one today, but I'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Sunlight in my soul, I'm in control.
beautiful new